Ever found yourself stuck in awkward silence during a conversation? Don't worry, we've all been there. But what if I told you that mastering just a few simple phrases could turn you into a great conversationalist? Let's dive in. Phrase 1. What do you think about? This phrase invites opinions and sparks engaging conversations by seeking the other person's perspective on a topic. It's excellent for discussing current events, new trends, or shared experiences. For example, asking, "What do you think about the latest film by that director?" encourages them to share their views and fosters a meaningful exchange. Phrase 2. That reminds me of. This phrase helps share related stories or experiences, making the conversation more personal. By connecting what the other person has said to your own experiences, you create a two-way exchange. For instance, "That reminds me of my trip to Rome last year," enriches the conversation by adding your own narrative. Phrase 3. I've heard that. Introducing interesting facts or news with this phrase keeps the discussion lively and engaging. Sharing new or intriguing information captures the other person's interest. For example, saying, "I've heard that there's a new tech gadget coming out next month," can lead to an exciting discussion about the latest innovations. Phrase 4. Can you believe? Discussing surprising or exciting events with this phrase can be intriguing and engaging. It allows you to express amazement or incredulity about recent news, inviting the other person to react and share their own thoughts. For instance, "Can you believe that they're planning to build a new park in the city center?" encourages a reaction and further conversation about the development. Phrase 5. What's your take on? Seeking opinions with this phrase encourages deeper discussions by asking for the other person's perspective on a particular issue. It helps delve into their thoughts and fosters a more substantive conversation. For example, "What's your take on the new policy changes at work?" invites them to elaborate on their views and opens the floor for an insightful exchange. Phrase 6. I'd love to hear more about. Showing genuine interest with this phrase fosters a deeper connection by encouraging the other person to elaborate on something they've mentioned. It demonstrates that you are truly interested in their story, leading to a richer and more engaging conversation. For example, "I'd love to hear more about your experience volunteering abroad," invites them to share additional details. Phrase 7. How did you get into? This phrase is great for learning about someone's hobbies or career, leading to more meaningful conversations. By exploring their background or interests, you gain insight into their passions and experiences. For instance, "How did you get into graphic design?" encourages them to discuss their journey and motivations. Phrase 8. What's the best part about? Encouraging positive and engaging conversation, this phrase focuses on the enjoyable aspects of something the other person is involved in. It steers the conversation towards positive experiences and uncovers interesting stories. For example, "What's the best part about working in the film industry?" invites them to share what they find most rewarding about their work. Phrase 9. Have you ever tried? Opening up discussions about new experiences, this phrase can be interesting and informative by asking if the other person has tried something unique or new. It leads to interesting stories and insights about their adventures or challenges. For instance, "Have you ever tried rock climbing?" encourages them to share their experiences and enthusiasm. Phrase 10. I'm curious about. Showing interest in learning more with this phrase leads to a more engaging and informative conversation. By inviting the other person to share additional details about a topic or aspect of their life, you foster a dynamic exchange. For example, "I'm curious about how you manage to balance your work and personal life so effectively," invites them to discuss their strategies and experiences. Thanks for watching. I hope you found these phrases helpful and that they make your next conversation a breeze. Remember, the key to great small talk is showing genuine interest and being open to what others have to say. Share your favorite conversation starters in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy chatting.